and welcome to a new video.
Yep, new year, new challenge. We've got the first of the championships for 2024. We are going to have a bit of fun to start off with in the Toyota Himedic.
So not going to be high speed, I wouldn't have thought, this one.
Nah, this is, it's going to be very slow actually. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in an accident and have one of these trying to take me to a hospital. I'll be dead before I turn up.
Exactly. And I think we do kick off at Goodwood, so let's go over that way now.
Yep.
So here we are then, Goodwood. What do we expect?
Oh, I'm expecting a procession, to be perfectly honest, because we have all this usually in the same cars.
Look at them, get off the line as the lights go
look at
out.
that lightning speed as they go off the line now. I mean, they're up to 30, 40 miles an hour as we're heading into the first corner, and this is probably about the closest that everyone's going to get at the moment on this one, but we'll see.
So this livery that we're looking at, is it Dave Speed?
Yeah, I don't know where he gets his liveries from, but I think he's clearly not making them himself, because they're very good, but they are migraine inducing. But never mind. And we got a lovely in-car shot here. I do like the in-car shots on this game now. So
that's Tepic, I believe, in front in the old blood bank van by the looks of it.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't spill anything on the way. So who are we riding with at the moment?
We're on Dave Speed,
so
yeah.
Him and his quite garish livery. And, Jag's in an ice cream van.
Yeah.
Novel.
Never
seen an ice cream van with blue lights on it before.
Well, it's a new craze. It'll be all the craze in the summer. Yeah, we've got a nice ice cream van there, and I think in front of that we have who's in front of that? Don't know. We've got Black Sheep, who's in the van from Grand Theft Auto. It's the bank van from Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, I never knew that.
Yes, it is the livery. We might see it in a bit. Obviously, this race is a bit of fun. It was to enter the new year sort of slowly, I think.
Just to sort of ease everyone into it without being too serious. I mean, look at the massive amounts of speed going on there.
Yeah, as we cut back to the action now.
76 miles an hour.
Yeah, going into the final turn.
Couldn't put the skin off the rice pudding like that, could you?
There we go, going into the, we're on the final turn, I believe. Well, final turn before the
just
chicane.
Approaching the chicane of death as Tepic gets it all
cutting
wrong,
the grass there.
which gives Jag a nice little run up the inside of him, and he's got the inside foot, but it's 2-1 in here, doesn't go.
No, there we go.
And yeah, Jag loses out there. Was that optimism, or was that just we'll take it back and we'll have a look, because
so
Tepic made a mistake, so Jag's got a run.
Yeah.
Maybe Tepic just didn't see him, just tried taking the racing line, and
I think 50-50 race.
Racing incident, and Dave Speed
about.
Profits out of it, because he gets a place.
Yeah, so this championship, it was to ease us in and not too serious. We have got our new rules, which you've probably seen about.
Yeah, it's definitely easing us in when you notice there's only 5 people.
But I was going to say, ironically, this was to cater to other people, and we've only got 5 people showing, so
disgraceful.
Maybe not working. But we are going to do something with our numbers, so don't get disheartened, people. We will up our numbers this year, and hopefully get the lobbies from
in all honesty as well, the reason why there was only about 5 people on this is wasn't there server problems as well as we're trying to run this.
Yes.
A lot of people couldn't join,
there were
because it was literally taking something like about half an hour for the lobby to show up, and then you had to join on top of that.
Yeah, there were issues, to be fair. So that's why I say.
It was a nightmare on this night.
So the people that did sort of hang around and managed to get in, did. That's where we are. So just quickly, this is we'll see it in another championship, but basically there's 2 races now each week. So it'll be the sprint race and the feature race. This is the feature race.
The sprint race is usually 5 laps.
Yeah, and we will cover that in other championships. You will see a replay of the sprint race. It's just in these ambulances, it didn't really work for lots of reasons.
Well, I think that's Victor.
Victor.
Judging by the great big sign that said Victor across the
well
top
done
of the
to him
windscreen.
for doing that there.
Yeah.
So we're just going to skip on a little here. So that will be the format every week. There'll be a sprint race and a feature race.
Yeah, we'll go a bit more in depth into the rules of those races later on.
Yes, there's a few changes, but we'll mention that later.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. We've also got we've got a safety car now as well in the first lap.
Yes.
which helps people that are maybe not so quick. If they
Yep.
get a disadvantage, they can call a safety car.
Yeah, and what happens then is that everybody slows down to 50 miles an hour, and those people who have gone off or had an accident can then catch up to the back of the group. So their race, if they have an incident on the first lap, their race isn't ruined. Yes, they might drop down to last place, but they're still in it, they're still fighting.
And the other thing that we haven't mentioned, which we should, which will make more sense on that, is the damage.
Oh yes, forgot about that. Damage is on full. Basically, you get hit, if you've got enough damage, I mean you can carry on with a certain amount of damage, but if the damage gets too great, the only way you can fix it is to pit for repairs. There's none of this 20 seconds later and it's all cleared. We're trying to introduce a bit more realism.
Yeah, and a bit more risk, because in real life that could be your race over. So you need to be careful about that overtake.
Which is then, of course, where the safety car comes in, because as well as going off, if you have damage, you can pit at the end of the first lap and fix your damage, and you're not out the race. However, after the first lap, if you get damage, you have to pit on your own, and that will drop you down. But for the first lap, your race is not over if you get bundled off the first corner.
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing, and we will gradually see these changes. I'm not going to go into those particularly now, but there are some points changes as well, because obviously we've got the sprint race, so you get some points for that, or possible points for that, and then you get the feature race points, as we always have, and fastest lap points, stuff like that. But that will make a difference with the championship, so you'll see that as we progress, and when we put the results up, hopefully the results will be closer as we go forward. So, it looks like back to the racing here. We've got a battle here.
Whoa.
An 86 mile an hour battle between Dave Speed and
nearly saw 88 there. They're nearly going to engage their first
it looks like Dave Speed has got it. Dave Speed has inched that into the beginning. There's two videos on it. We should have said we've got Goodwood and Tokyo Express. The reason is we just condensed them down a bit, because obviously it's not the most exciting to watch.
No, there was another reason as well, which we'll touch on in a moment. But just engage with this battle. I mean, look at this. It's just 63, 64 miles an hour. The only good thing about these ambulances is you do get a good slipstream off of them.
Yes, you do. And as you can see there, we're on the old in-car shot there of the actual ambulance with the latex gloves and the soap, whatever that is down there. Hand cleaner, whatever it is.
Sanitizer.
As we've said before, graphically, can't fault that, can you? Really can't. But I know we've talked about that before.
And we are now just about to flip over to Tokyo Expressway. The reason for that is that basically the game crashed. Everybody went off, and it just turned into a disaster basically. So here we are at Tokyo Expressway as the light's about to go out, and here we go.
Flying start. Yes. There we go.
Massive start. Now there's a bit of jeopardy on this. Remember we said about damage being on full, and there's walls.
Yes, that is going to be an issue here, no doubt.
Yep, and this is the closest that everyone's going to get at the moment. It does end up, unfortunately, this race being a bit of a procession, and not as many incidences as we thought there was going to be.
No, and there is none more. We've got 8 people in this one.
Yes, so a few people were, we didn't have the server problems with this one, so 8 people, that's a massive improvement.
And I've just seen the Ghostbusters, so what can go wrong here?
Well, the ROC van is there to pick up any sort of breakdowns.
So we've got the group Forster, we've got the Ghostbusters, we've got an ambulance, we've got a Heineken van, RAC.
Stop for refreshments on the way.
There's also a police van I can see now as well. Essex police van, So lovely liveries, and I think when we evaluate our championships, and we do try and improve them as much as we can. And this one was a bit of a mixed bag for me, because I think in some ways it worked. In other ways it was a failure. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to add my 2 pence at that and say it was, brutal honesty, it was a bit of a disappointment. There wasn't as many incidences as we thought there were going to be, especially at Tokyo Expressway. Everyone was, strangely enough, very well behaved, and no one was sort of crashing into each other going into corners. As you can see here on the screen at the moment, everyone's giving space to everyone else.
But
we were thinking that this was going to be an absolute crash fest.
Yeah, but that might be
And it
because they were scared of the damage. Because
could be.
you know, you're going to get this damage. I don't know. We are tweaking things and we are trying to get things better. So time will tell whether we have. But yeah, that's what I mean. For me, there was a bit of a missed thing with it. It wasn't quite as good as I hoped it to be. Put it that way.
I mean, the best thing that happened in this race was finding out that a few people who had practiced it before had actually practiced it in the wrong direction.
Yes, that's right. I think Tepic and Honest John made a mistake there.
Yeah, Jack was in on that as well,
but,
so you can't just pin it on two of
but,
those.
No, I think it's definitely Honest John, wasn't it? But anyway, no.
Did you mention his new nickname?
No. So anyway, yes. So yeah, it was a bit of a mixed bag, I think, this one. But the other reason is because the format's changed. As we said, it's a sprint and the long race. We managed to do this over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're stuck. Whereas before, when we do a championship like this, you've got this for 5 weeks. Yeah. By compressing it how we have, we've done 4 races in it, but over 2 weeks. So it didn't burden anyone too long that we were stuck with this bad car or van or whatever you want to call it.
The other thing which we have with the sprint race, feature race idea is that you have qualifying for the sprint race. The finishing positions for the sprint race are your good positions for the feature race. So that's why it all condenses it all down. So there is value in having the 2 races, and there's other rules that come in as well, but we'll touch on those later on in one of the other championships. And
I think the other thing with the sprint race is it's very, you've only got 5 laps.
Yeah.
So if you're at the back, it's not necessarily feasible that you can then win the race.
Correct. And the other thing about that, of course, is because the qualifying, we've shortened that, so you only really get 1 flying lap.
Yes.
If you make a mistake on that flying lap, well, that's just too bad.
Yes. And I think there's no strategy either in the sprint race.
No.
There's no pits. So it is just... you've got 2 races, essentially, haven't you? You've got the one where it's 5 laps, quick burst, nothing happens. And then the second one, there is strategy. That's the idea behind it.
The sprint race, you effectively look at that as an extended qualifying session for the feature race.
Yes, I think so. So I think, again, time will tell. We're still testing the time. Anyway, we better go back because we haven't mentioned it for ages. Yes, there's a bit of RAC doing a dodgy manoeuvre there, I think.
Nothing dodgy. What was dodgy about that?
Security, but, well, it seemed a bit of a dive to me.
What was dodgy about there? But Black Sheep,
he was wondering. I don't know what was happening with Black Sheep. He seemed to be going. Was he serving a penalty? I didn't see.
No, I don't think.
Well, why is he hanging back so much? I don't know what's going on.
I really don't know.
There's horrific tyre wear, I noticed, but we haven't really
gone
gone on it. I can't see from there. But
as you say, it's terrific. Our comfort softs.
Yes.
The softs. That's the other thing as well. Is the tyre wear's been ramped up a bit as well.
We've skipped to the final lap now because it was a
lot happened.
Not as exciting
as we've got. We're following on with Dave Speed at the moment. Little shout out to Anton. He's back.
Yeah, there he is in his Heineken van, about to cross the line, I believe.
And almost as if he's never been away, because look, Anton wins the race.
Yeah, and we got Dave Speed. Yeah, so there's Anton.
Jag in third.
And Jag there in third. I don't know where that come from either. So
no, I don't know either.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, hit the like if you liked it. Our next championship, because this is the last of this.
It's involving BMWs.
BMW Challenge. So we have the i3, the M3 and the M4.
Oh, you'll love the i3 one.
So we will see you in the i3 next week.
Bye.